And welcome to News at Noon. First, the highlight. Lascopa deepens consumer protection drive with data-driven impact assessment. House of Representatives panel probe anti-corruption unit in ministries, departments and agencies. And on the foreign scene, tens of thousands of people turned out for Sydney pro-Palestinian march. And in sports, the Tigers to battle Mali in 2025 Afro Basketball Final. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. The Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, LASCOPA, has reaffirmed its dedication to advancing consumer rights and ethical business practice under the Lagos State Government's Themes Plus agenda. Now speaking at stakeholders meeting at the Debts Management Office, Ikeja, LASCOPA, in collaboration with Lagos Bureau of Statistics, unveiled the findings of the People's Perception and Survey and impact assessments of its programs. The session brought together Community Development Committee chairmen, public officials, and consumer advocacy groups to evaluate the agency's performance and chart a path forward. In his opening remarks, the General Manager of Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, LASCOPA, Afolabi Shulebo, described the initiatives as a critical reflection point for the agency's work. Shulebo, who was represented by the Secretary and Head of Legal, Ariola Momo Ayokomi, said since the establishment in 2015, LASCOPA has been at the forefront of consumer protection in Lagos, investigating complaints, mediating disputes, and ensuring swift redress against hazardous goods and unfair trade practices. The members representing Oshodi Solo Constituency 1 in the Lagos State House of Assembly, Olukayode Ogundikpe, has officially launched the third edition of its annual consumer coaching program. Ogundikpe stated this at a media briefing to reaffirm its dedication to academic excellence and the holistic development of young learners in his constituency. He described the initiative as part of his broader educational and youth empowerment agenda, promising that more development-driven programs will soon be rolled out in Oshodi Solo Constituency 1. Now, according to him, the 2025 summer coaching classes will run throughout the summer at 3 centers: Ikeja Junior Grammar School, Ewututu Junior Grammar School, and Mafoluku Junior Grammar School. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, says it has embarked on the upgrade of the health infrastructure in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The Mandate Secretary, Commissioner of Health Services and Environment in the FCT, Adedolapo Fashawe, said the administration of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has tripled enrollment for health insurance. Fashawe said Wike's health infrastructural revolution included the provision of fully functional oxygen plants at Matama, Asokoro, Wari, and Abaji hospitals. According to her, the establishment of the 20-bed vesical vagina fistula center at Gwarimpa Hospital, in collaboration with partners, represents a milestone in specialized healthcare for women, addressing a crucial need with compassion and expertise. The House of Representatives Committee on Anti-Corruption has queried the effectiveness of Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit ACTUS in ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, raising concern that they may be falling short of their core mandates to combat corruption from within the public service. Now, speaking at the opening of a public hearing to launch an investigation into the operations of the ACTUS in Abuja, Chairman of the House, Kayode Akiolu, questioned the current relevance and integrity of the ACTUS, aimed at growing allegation that some may have stayed from their original purpose and become compromised. According to him, this model was built on the premises that employees with MDAs are best positioned to detect corruption practices in their environment. Akiolu emphasized that the committee would not shy away from exposing weakness or recommending bold reforms, stressing that the ultimate goal is to create a public service that operates transparently and is driven by integrity. The Lagos State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, says it remained focused on policies that uplift all rather than public relations stunts that divide. In a statement, its spokesperson, Sheye Oladejo, says the party and the president's Tinubu administration are investing in long-term systemic solutions as Lagos benefit from federal infrastructure, improved rail and port systems, social investment programs reaching thousands of households, not for headlines but for impact. The statement follows a widely circulated list titled Peter's Donations for Social Interventions, January to July 2025. Oladejo, who says leadership is about policy, institutional reform, and vision, claimed that the former governor of Anambra State has sidelined the Southwest, accusing him of political targeting in the name of charity. And out of foreign news, a planned protest across Sydney Harbour Bridge has gone ahead after it was authorized by the Supreme Court just one day prior in what organizers called historic decision. Tens of thousands of people turned out for the March for Humanity on Sunday, despite territorial rain, with many carrying placards with messages to politicians to stop the war. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange was spotted among the protesters with other notable attendees. The Sydney Harbour Bridge was last closed for a public assembly in 2023 when some 50,000 people marched over the iconic roadway for World Pride. And now to sports. Nigeria's women basketball team, the Tigers, will face former champions Mali today in the final of the 2025 FIBA Women's AfroBasket Tournament in Abidjan. This marks the first time both nations will clash in the tournament's final. The Tigers advanced from 75-68 semi-final victory over Senegal, while Mali defeated South Sudan 76-50. The Nigerian side, led by coach Reina Wakama, is aiming for a historic fifth consecutive AfroBasket title and a seventh recall. Mali, on the other hand, is chasing their first championship win since 2007. Both teams are unbeaten in the tournament so far. The Tigers dominated Group C with wins over Rwanda and Mozambique and trashed Cameroon in the quarterfinals. Mali also swept their group and knocked out Mozambique in the last 8. Tip-off for the final is set for later this evening in Abidjan. But just before we go, use the walkway where available to avoid accident. You can follow us on like all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can also subscribe and watch the news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. And you can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on my Lagos app for timely update. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 1,400 hostels bed for Lagos model colleges? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. Now to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government's Consumer Protection Agency, LASCOPA, has reaffirmed its dedication to advancing consumer rights and ethical business practices under the Lagos State Government's Themes Plus agenda. The House of Representatives Committee on Anti-Corruption has queried the effectiveness of anti-corruption and transparency units in ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, raising concerns that they may be falling short of their core mandate to combat corruption from within the public service. We also told you that a planned protest across Sydney Harbour Bridge has gone ahead after it was authorized by the Supreme Court just one day prior in what organizers called a historic decision. And in sport, Nigeria's women basketball team, the Tigers, will face former champions Mali today in the final of the 2025 FIBA Women's AfroBasket Tournament in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. The NC News broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.